What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So it has been a while since the Olympia champion Samson posted a proper physique update. While right now the talk of the town, that is obviously the Mutant and Derek and the rematch of these guys, which is going to happen in about 9 weeks time at the Olympia. But let's just not ignore the champ himself, because at this point it's a consensus that if Samson comes in dry and ripped and hard like a rock, if he brings his all-time best conditioning, it's probably gonna be game over for everyone out there, including the other top guys, namely Derek, Nick and Hadi Chupan. And the reason is very simple. The size advantage of Samson along with his premium aesthetics and the kind of shape that he has, that is simply way too much, especially with a combination of good conditioning. Now, for the first time in the history of bodybuilding, we have an Olympia champion who has a very tight midsection, who can hit vacuums while being 300 pounds on the stage. And the fact is, if he comes in, let's say 10 pounds lighter, weighing about 290 pounds on the stage, the man is still going to be the biggest bodybuilder out there. Plus, he has been spending more and more time, more and more effort into his posing and presentation for this upcoming Mr. Olympia, because we did saw him losing a bit of control in terms of his midsection at the Arnold, especially during the prejudging. And he just simply don't wanna do that again, because the stakes, they are going to be even higher this time. And you better believe he isn't making that same mistake again. So Samson has some of the best legs in the entire men's open right now. And they were all feathered up, even a few weeks back, when he did that guest posing, looking so monstrous. So there is one muscle group that Samson has focused on the most throughout this prep and even during the off-season, and that is of course his back. This time he wants to present a better back double biceps pose, because all of us know that is the only weak shot on Samson and all the other three guys. They have a lot better back than Samson, especially the Mutant and Derek. But Samson winning the Olympia title last year with that same back, that just goes to show you that the judges just wanna see him peeled and come in ripped to the bone, and he's gonna be a very difficult champion to dethrone. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. Next up, we have a 9 weeks old physique update from Josema Beast, one of the most shredded man in the pro league right now. So seeing him in such an elite condition, with so much time left till the Olympia, that is a proof that Josema Beast can push his conditioning even further than what we saw at the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro, although he lost both those shows to Stephane. But that was just a glimpse of what Jose Manuel is truly capable of. And it is kind of funny that he claims that he isn't even feeling the prep at all. And from the looks of it, it kind of seems like the man is gonna be ready to step on the stage in 2 weeks time. Yes, that is how good the man is looking at the moment. So the big question regarding Josema is that, will his legs suffer even more if he tries to come in super dry and super shredded, if he is willing to push his conditioning even further? Well, maybe, but that's his best shot at this point, as we did saw him battle it out with Stephane twice. And even with Josema being in a bad condition, especially at the Pittsburgh Pro, compared to Stephane, the shape advantage of Stephane and him looking way more classic than Josema, that was just too much to handle. And even in terms of that shape, it's all gonna come down to his quads. He just simply doesn't have that perfect X-frame. And the major reason is he doesn't have those sweeping quads. But that being said, he's going to stick to his strengths. And if those top tier guys, they miss their mark in terms of conditioning even by a little bit, Josema Beast has the ability to expose them all. And not to forget that he has some of the best back in the entire classic physique division. Crazy shredded and very thick and wide too. So he was top 6 at the Olympia last year, which by the way was his Olympia debut. Where did you guys see him placing this year? So some big praise coming from the real technician, Chris Aceto, towards the 212 Tampa Pro and Texas Pro champion, Lucas Garcia, the newest sensation from Brazil, who won both the shows and that too quite comprehensively. And he deserves all the praise because that has to be one of the best structure, not just in the 212, but across all the pro divisions in the men's bodybuilding at the moment. Although me personally, I strongly disagree that he's gonna be pushing for the first place, as we all know the top spot that is completely locked in by the reigning Olympia champion Keon. So the bodybuilding media did not really talk about Lucas and his insane transformation from last year to this year. Now I have no idea how exactly did he do that, but from the overall muscle mass to improve density and muscle maturity to overall aesthetics, everything just took a huge leap forwards. For instance, look at the back double biceps and check out the depth in the hamstrings and the adductors. The upper back also looks massively improved. And with more volume on his quads, his front double biceps has become one of his strongest pulls, arguably the best in the 212 class after Keon Pearson. Now with Keon Pearson ruling this division, Ned Kaya and Lucas in that Olympia lineup, that is definitely superb for the sport and for the 212. The question is, can either of these guys beat the former Olympia champion Sean Clarida? Let me know what you guys think. So here we have a picture of the former 2 times Olympia champion, Big Ramy from today. So every single time Big Ramy has reposted something related to his past competition, the entire bodybuilding world and the media just goes nuts, giving him the maximum coverage. That the comeback that the fans have been waiting for almost 3 years now, that might finally happen. Now obviously he isn't prepping for this year's Mr. Olympia, that is too obvious. But the post that he made regarding the Arnold next year, if he really puts his heart into it, that comeback might still happen because we are months away from that show. That being said, the people who are very close in Big Ramy's camp, they do not believe that he is ever going to return to the stage. So Ramy will be 41 next month, and it isn't like the man is old. We have guys like Brandon Carey and William Bonac, who are both older than him, and they're still competing. But if we think about this, even those two, they aren't winning big shows, and that is the question for Big Ramy. Is the comeback even worth it? Worth all the risk, knowing that the judges, they just no longer admire his physique. The head judge Steve Weinberger's comments after Big Ramy's last show, the Arnold 2023, where he simply refused to acknowledge the improvements that Big Ramy was able to make from the Olympia to the Arnold, when the entire bodybuilding world and even some legends of the game, they all saw that. Plus, knowing that Big Ramy has been dealing with those back and tricep issues, do you guys see Big Ramy ever coming back? Next up, we have a few weeks out physique update from Stephane Matala. So he hasn't announced what show he's going for his men's open debut. But the thing that is confirmed is that he's competing in September. So now there are only a few weeks left till the Olympia this year. So Italy Pro, Europa Pro Germany and France, they are the only Olympia qualifiers left, if I'm not mistaken. And that trademark conditioning of Stephane, that is now loading with a lot more muscle this time. So the man is sitting at 250 pounds right now, and we cannot really judge Stephane's real condition from the front, especially the chest on him, because we know this guy has more striations 6 weeks out of the show compared to some of the guys have even on the stage. The real metric is how dry and detailed his back is looking right now. So him and his coach Patrick Tour, they did figure out the right formula for a perfect peak last year when Stephane did Portugal Pro in Classic, and he won that show very comprehensively. But this is going to be a totally different look in all the better ways. Now we have always wondered how some of these great classic physique guys would look without the weight cap. And Stephane this time is going to show the entire bodybuilding world his true potential. Now, I for one do not expect him to win this show. I think he still won't be big enough to go toe-to-toe with some of the biggest names in the game. But that being said, he's going to be amongst the most beautiful physique competing at these upcoming European shows. And I certainly hope that he does Europa Pro Germany against some of the big names of the industry. That is gonna be very fun to watch. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.